you think people misunderstand about you?
I think they misunderstand that I care.
She is the tough-talking judge who presided over the high-profile case of former Team USA gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. I had a chance to sit down with Judge Rosemarie Aquilina and found there's much more to her than that one case.
And the rain keeps coming, but there is an end in sight.
And despite some vocal opposition tonight, the Spokane City Council voted unanimously to permanently close a stretch of Upriver Drive to make way for a park. So what happens now? We'll have the latest. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
Welcome everyone, I'm Whitney Ward. It is a scenic stretch of road that runs all along the Centennial Trail, and it's giving access to the Spokane River. Well, an 1,800-foot stretch of Upriver Drive will soon be closed to traffic to make way for a brand new park.
Avista wants to build the park next to its headquarters, and they argue it would provide better access to the river and improve safety for pedestrians and cyclists. And tonight, after extensive debate, the City Council agreed unanimously.
KREM 2's Casey Decker was at tonight's meeting and has more on what happens next.
More than a dozen neighbors testified tonight, mostly against the proposal, though some were for it and a couple not so sure either way. And for both sides, the reason cited for their opinion was public safety.
I am shocked and appalled at the audacity of this proposal.
The anti-side was headed up by residents of a retirement community near the site. They're worried that closing the road will make traffic worse and make it harder for emergency vehicles to get there in time.
Access and egress will certainly be reduced. It will not be the same. It will not be better. It will be reduced.
But the pro side argued the park will make the Centennial Trail safer.
I am a runner, and so I use the Centennial Trail almost every day, and that stretch of the trail is just awful for runners because it's so narrow, especially in the winter when they plow the snow off. We're basically having to run in the road just because that shoulder disappears. So I love having that safer connection to the rest of the Centennial Trail.
And they argue that the current intersection at Upriver and Mission is dangerous as it is, and changing traffic flows could actually be for the best.
This section of Upriver it can be really scary whether you're walking, biking, or driving.
Council members said they want Avista to work more with first responders to make sure the changes won't cause harm. But with Councilmember Mike Fagan absent, voted 6-0 in favor of vacating the road to allow for the park. They pointed out that although the people at the meeting were largely opposed, neighborhood councils in the most affected areas have sided in favor of having a new waterfront park in Spokane. There's currently no firm timeline, but work likely wouldn't begin until at least next spring. At City Hall, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.
You're coming in and interrupting, like you're more important than this meeting right now.
No. It's your resolution. You're bringing up the resolution.
We don't have public testimony at our committee meetings, sir.
But the law requires you to have some.
So that is political activist Tim Eyman there in the red shirt, who led a heated confrontation with Spokane City Council members this afternoon. Eyman is the sponsor of ballot initiative 976, which would cap your car tab fees at $30. He came to Spokane today concerned about a city resolution opposing the initiative. Prior to the meeting, Eyman held a press conference expressing his concerns with that resolution. He says it's illegal for the government to use taxpayer-funded resources to oppose a ballot measure, but he does acknowledge there is a loophole.
I think the whole idea of the government telling people how to vote is pretty offensive, but the law does require that they give notice to the people, give them a chance to weigh in on it.
Well, Ben Stuckert, who is sponsoring the resolution, says the committee meeting today was not the time for public comment. He listed Tacoma, Everett, and Seattle as cities that already approved their own resolutions opposing Eyman's initiative.
The Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help to find missing 15-year-old Lacey Jeffries. She's the one there on the left. She was last seen in St. Mary's on October 17th. And according to deputies, she told her mom she would be with 20-year-old Brad Walters, who's there on the right.
Police are investigating Walters for potential charges relating to his involvement. Deputies believe the pair may have been seen near the Union Gospel Mission in Spokane. Anyone with information on their whereabouts is urged to call that number right there at the bottom of your screen.
It was a pretty wet weekend for sure, and now it looks like we're expecting more showers tomorrow.
Meteorologist Michelle Boss standing by in the Weather Center tonight. And Michelle, things should be drying out though soon.
That's right. So I should say more showers tomorrow, but tomorrow in a very loose sense, as it's going to be ending very early tomorrow. So I think we're going to have nicer weather for a better part of the day. It's going to be windy though. But first, let's talk about the wet weather. You can see steady rain showers across eastern Spokane, Washington, and North Idaho, we've seen steady light rain at the Spokane airport for about the last 10 hours, and we got about 8 more hours or so of that. We picked up 2/10 of an inch of rain, similar amounts in Coeur d'Alene and Pullman, and it hasn't really rained much in Moses Lake or Wenatchee this afternoon or evening, so it's kind of dried up there already. All right, the next 12 hours are going to feature more wet weather but mild temperatures. Should see rain through about 7 o'clock, and temperatures I suspect will be in the upper 40s. Not quite sure if we'll be in the lower 50s, but still very mild. Seeing a peak of sunshine by mid-morning, and temperatures are going to be mild tomorrow. How about highs near 60 degrees, but we'll also have wind gusts 30 to 35 miles per hour. Sunshine expected on Wednesday and Thursday as well. Temperatures pretty close to normal in the low to mid 50s.
All right, Michelle, thank you. We're now getting a much better idea of how the free debris disposal program went after that weird early October snowstorm.
The waste to energy facility accepted tree debris for about 2 weeks. There were some long lines out there. Almost 4,000 people took advantage. In total, people brought in, get this, 883 tons of waste, all disposed for free. The facility usually charges $54 per ton, so that means people living in Spokane saved a combined $47,000.
Now, if you still have debris in your yard, you can put it in your green yard waste bin. Just make sure all of the branches fit inside because nothing can be sticking out. New tonight, it is election night in Canada, and reports say Justin Trudeau's Liberal Party will win the minority government. Trudeau reasserted liberalism in 2015 after almost 10 years of Conservative Party government in Canada. Trudeau is the son of the Liberal icon and late Prime Minister Pierre Trudeau. He's one of the few remaining progressive leaders in the world.
President Donald Trump took to Twitter to congratulate Trudeau, writing, "Congratulations on a wonderful and hard-fought victory. Canada is well served. I look forward to working with you toward the betterment of both of our countries."
Well, some very exciting news for Zags fans. The Gonzaga men's team is ranked 8th in the AP Top 25 poll. Michigan State took the top spot, followed by Kentucky and Kansas.
And get this, if Gonzaga gets a 4 seed or higher in the NCAA tournament, they will most likely get placed in Spokane for the first week of play. They have never played an NCAA tournament game here in Spokane. The Spokane Arena is hosting the first and second round games of the 2020 men's competition. And just this morning, leaders announced tickets for the tournament go on sale on November 2nd.
I love the idea of being at the arena where more seats would be available for people to watch them play.
Be a little easier to get a ticket, perhaps.
Yeah.
That'd be good stuff.
Fingers crossed.
For sure.